I'm going to transform the Nether into the Overworld on Hardcore Minecraft. The Nether is a very ugly place and I want to give it a makeover. As well as this, I also want to fight the Wither on the final day. By the end of this video, I want to have made the Nether beautiful, obtained diamond tools, and enchanted all of my armor. Will we be able to do this in just 30 days? Let's find out. I spawned on a small patch of grass in the Nether where I had two things available to me. I had a well of Nether-friendly water, and I also had a shrine so I could summon the Wither. This meant the 30-day challenge had started and I needed to go to the Overworld so I could get things to transform the Nether. That's a little bit more like it. I wasn't planning on wasting any time at all and got straight to the basics. Within just minutes I was creating stone tools. But while I was preparing myself, I saw something in the top left of my screen. There was a village. And as I'm a terrible human being, the first thing I did was steal their beds and loot their homes. All mine. After ransacking their village, I collected some wood and headed back onto my portal. The day was almost at an end. I finished the day off by mining up some dirt because, of course, the Overworld is made up of grass blocks, so that's what I'd have to use in the Nether. Our adventure had only just begun. Can you see all the way in the far distance? I had found yet another village. My luck was unbelievable. As per usual, I instantly destroyed their homes and the lives they had been building up for years and years. I'm sure they don't need iron or bread in their village. No village was to go unstolen from in this world. In this game, it's be the predator or become the prey. It's all well and good getting items so I can transform the Nether, but I had to remember that at the end of this challenge, I'd have to try and slay the Wither, which meant I'm going to need some good tools to do so. So I found my first vein of iron and got to mining. By the end of my mining trip, I had just enough iron to make myself a full set of armor. All these furnaces should do the trick. I iced myself out in my freshly made armor and even managed to make myself a new weapon while I was at it. I had a little wander around the mountains that surrounded me, but there wasn't anything too interesting. To start day 4, I dug down to the sacred level 11 and I managed to find a grand total of 0 diamonds. No matter where I went, I couldn't find any diamonds anywhere. But instead of crying about it, I collected some of my Nether-friendly water and started laying out the base of my Overworld inside of the Nether. Eventually it will look like the Overworld, but for now, I just had to get the base laid out so I could start slowly but surely improving it. It was after a while of doing this where I realised I'm going to need so much dirt for this challenge. This was going to be a very long process. But at least you guys are lucky and only get to see the best bits. Oh no. I'd finally filled in all of my land with dirt and I was going to expand it soon, but for now I wanted to focus on making my first attraction, the pond. And I may just have broken a world record for making the ugliest pond ever invented. Chop. I spent a lot of time creating a farm. I hoed up all of the ground, so I was ready to start making a reliable food source. Because right now my carrots were running low, and I had to make a farm if I was going to stand any chance of surviving. I couldn't forget that I was on hardcore, so if I died once, it would all be over. I went to plant my potatoes, and that's when I found out that you can't plant food in the Nether. I was absolutely furious at this point. I had just done all of that for it not to work. I was tempted to end the challenge right there and then, but I kept persisting. I knew that it would all be worth it when I got to see the final product. I hate the Nether. I started laying out the new farm that I had to have in the Overworld as I didn't want to starve to death. It would have been nice to have a farm in the Nether, but it is what it is. There's no point complaining about it. I turned the failed Nether farm into just normal dirt, and I also did the same with the pond. I hated it and it was ugly, and I hate everything about the Nether. Deep breaths, Owen. Deep breaths. In an attempt to calm myself down, I went back into the mines in hope of finding some goodies. And I was pleasantly surprised to find... No, who am I kidding? I found nothing. This world hadn't been very kind to me so far, probably because I robbed the villagers at the start. Now, you may have noticed that I have cooked food in my hotbar, and I've also gone up a few levels. That's because from day 8 to 10, this is the only footage I have because I forgot to hit record. Yeah, professional YouTuber right here, I know. All that happened really was we did a bit more work in the Nether, nothing exciting yet. We got some cooked food by killing animals and smelting the food. And yeah, that's all that's happened so far. No diamonds yet, no real actual work made, but yeah, I'm sorry for this. On day 11, a magma cube visited my new nether in the works, and I had to defeat it or else it could have ended everything. Good night, little ones. As you can see though, we didn't make much progress off camera, so you guys barely missed anything anyways. I was just starting to build the outskirts of my land, and then I got attacked by a ghast, and this is where it all nearly went wrong. I got hit quite a few times by the fireballs that were pelting towards me, and there were times where I was at incredibly low health, and I thought for sure this was the end of the road. I did my best to survive, but it was just so hard, with its attacks coming at unpredictable speeds. Eventually, I knew for my own safety I just had to get back into the overworld by escaping through the portal, and I just had to pray that when I came back, the ghast would despawn. That was a close one. Day 12 was spent doing two things, one of which was gathering a load of dirt blocks, and the other of which was continuing the wall. Aside from a little bit of mining, that was it. Spending half my day mining dirt was seeming to become a regular occurrence. And I'll be honest, it wasn't the most fun thing I had ever done in my life, but I knew it was necessary to create what I wanted, and things were coming along very nicely. Just you wait until the end to see what we can do with this, because I think this is going to end up looking pretty cool. Day 14, and I was still working on the wall. But for day 15, you'll never guess what I did. I continued working on the wall, but by the time day 16 came around, we had completely finished our wall, which meant now I had a dedicated space to where I could create my overworld, and things were already looking a lot more natural than the original Nether. Basically, the boring parts were now out of the way, and we could get into the exciting moments. And I marked this milestone by creating a much nicer shrine for the Wither, which meant when the time did come, it would look more spectacular. I had just finished mining up loads of dirt, and then I noticed some intruders by my portal. There were pillagers planning an attack on me. I commenced my attack on the pillagers, but I had to be careful. If this battle went on too long, the moon would soon rise, which would unleash all of the monsters around me, and I could get overpowered. So I had to play this out strategically, but at the same time eliminating the pillagers in the most fast way possible. It was a tough battle, but in the end, I came out victorious. And after I chopped up the last pillager, I went to sleep to mark the end of a very scary but quite exciting day. Day 17 was spent collecting resources, as with every other day, but then I also started marking out where I'd want a desert biome to be. Because the overworld we know and love isn't only made up of one biome, but it's made up of multiple, and I want to replicate that in my nether. Eventually we finished off placing the base of the sand biome. You guys will like this one, okay? Why can't you starve in a desert? Because of all the sand witches there. And all I have to say now is please don't unsubscribe after that terrible joke. I started building a hill as well because of course the land in the overworld isn't completely flat and our terrain would look a bit boring if it was. This is also going to be where I'm going to have a waterfall that descends into a lake. Overall, our nether was slowly coming together. I still hadn't found diamonds though, and that was an issue because I couldn't forget that I'd have to defeat the Wither. Now this is something I never thought I'd have to say. I wanted to find a swamp biome. Now if you know anything about me, you know how much I hate the swamp biomes, but I wanted lily pads because they would look really cool, to be honest, down in the nether. But of course the only way of getting them is going to a swamp biome, which I was really struggling to find. I even found an abandoned ship on my explorations, but I couldn't even find the chest inside. Eventually though, I managed to find myself a swamp biome, which I had been searching for a good portion of the day for. This meant now I could get the lily pads I had wanted so badly. And once I got what I came for, I returned back to my base. I proceeded to decorate the lake with things such as bamboo, sugar cane, and the lily pads of course. I also began collecting some wood as I wanted to have a structure in my nether. I wanted an abandoned, run-down house, which I thought may fit in rather well with the rest of it. And I also planted down some of the saplings that I collected from those trees, as of course, there's a lot of trees in the overworld, therefore there had to be a lot of trees in my nether. Yet again, there were intruders on my land, and I had to take care of them. Of course, I had now already experienced their attacks, so I knew what to expect. This allowed me to calculate what they were going to do, and I managed to take them out with ease. Yet again, I went on a mining trip, and yet again, I found no diamonds. I was really feeling unlucky. But I decided to make the best of a bad situation, and I placed some lampposts in my nether. It was now getting to the point where the nether was barely recognizable, and if you stuck me in this world for the first time, I'd honestly think it was the overworld. I finished off creating a pathway and got on to making the rundown house. I thought the addition of the vines and also the redstone dust around the place really made it look like I wanted it to look. I was very proud of how this Nether had come along. I mean, it started off with the normal doom and gloom that the Nether always has, but now it had a certain kind of aesthetic to it, which I thought made it look really cool and even quite cozy. Now it was time for a completely different mission though. There was a bit of a boring part in my Nether, which was the desert biome, as I didn't have my hands on any cactuses, so I went searching for a desert. It took a little while to find one as well, but eventually I did, and I got what I came for. I definitely think these cactuses gave the desert biome in my Nether a little bit more of its desert charm. It's sad to think that the Wither is going to very quickly probably destroy everything I've made. Oh my god, he came in full ice. We were coming up on our final days, and I think it's time we found some diamonds. And that's exactly what happened. Finally! I was finally able to craft my first diamond tool, and I went for the pickaxe, as I wanted to be able to get an enchantment table. I crafted together the enchantment table, and I knew, because I didn't have high levels or a mob grinder or any kind of XP farm really, that it would be hard to get high level enchantments. Even if I could just get protection 1 on all my armor, that would help against the Wither. But the animal army was rising. Little did you guys know that all along this video, I had been making an animal army. Not really, but I just wanted to get some animals into my Nether. Welcome to your new home. And I'm not even joking, they started killing themselves on the cactuses, which made me rather upset. Although something good did come of the day, I enchanted all of my armor with protection and my sword with sharpness. Although I did need to get some more materials, as of course I wasn't fighting the Wither alone. My brother was coming with me, and if he came in with no armor, he wouldn't stay alive for very long at all. Luckily, more diamonds were found, but we didn't have enough to get full diamond armor each, and against the Wither, maybe we were slightly unprepared. And after continuous digging and finding no more diamonds, I had to head on back. We were nearly on our last day, and we didn't have as many diamonds as I hoped we would. I still believe we could take on the Wither, but it was going to be a challenge. Nevertheless, I made myself an upgraded weapon, and I also made my brother his favorite weapon, a diamond axe. I of course also made him armor and enchanted it all with protection, and as day 29 came to a close, I invited him to the game. Can we defeat the Wither? Let's find out. So Ben, welcome to my world. Not too much looks different right now. It's pretty similar to normal. Basically, I have spent 1 whole month transforming the Nether into the overworld.
A month?
Yeah, 1 month, or 1 month in Minecraft. Don't get too ahead of yourself. I brought you here today because we need to kill the Wither. But I've geared you up. I've got all of this all on hardcore survival. You've got some gear right in this chest here that you can take. And we are going to defeat the Wither. But let me give you a quick tour of what I've created so far. Come on in to a new reality. So, welcome to the overworld in the Nether. As you can see, we have the Wither here, which we need to place a head upon soon. We've got a broken down house with an enchantment table and a crafting table inside of. A nice little walkway lit up with some lanterns, some trees around here to make it seem realistic. We've got some angry piglins. We've got a nice little waterfall flowing down here, as you can see. I think it adds a nice bit of sparkle to this land. And we've got, of course, a bit of a desert biome over here. If you literally walk through just to the other side of this, you can see here is evil Nether that we know and hate. So yes.
I don't like it through there, I like it through here.
Do you want to do the honors of initiating our battle with the Wither? Let's go. Beating the Wither on hardcore. Wait. Whoopsie daisies. Technical difficulty. As I was saying, Ben, do the honors. Oh my. Okay, Ben, for the 3rd time lucky, do the honors. Go on. Oh goodness. Come on, mate, blow up. Oh my goodness, he's already caused so much destruction.
He's going outside your world.
Brilliant. We're gonna have to fight him in his own territory. Come on, mate. Oh no. Right, I did arm you with cobblestone so you can build. Buddy. This way, please. Right, we're gonna have to find a way to get his attention somehow, because he's kind of sinking in the lava.
He's gone.
He's gone! The Wither's dead! We won! I feel like we're gonna have to do a bit of intense parkour. Now remember, we have... The water doesn't work. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, crap baskets. There he is. Oh no. Oh no. Oh
no.
Oh no. I'm spectating you, Ben. Come on, Ben. It's down to you. The intense battle. It's been over pretty quickly.
I think it knocks me back a bit.
Oh. Be careful, Ben. Let me see. Oh, he's in the air. He's in the air. I repeat, he is in the air. Go on, Ben. Uh-oh, he's got targets on you.
I'm out of blocks!
No, Ben!
Let me drop your axe! He blew up my axe!
Oh, all my stuff burnt in lava, Ben!
I misconnected on my
What
axe.
an absolute fail! Oh my goodness. If you made it this far, like and subscribe and comment Owen, you are so cool in the comments.